we're all in agreement that Paul Walker was taken way, way too soon from us. He was definitely, truly one of the stars of the Fast and Furious, and before the FNF franchise, he got to star Joyride. But as he was also part of Fast and Furious, lo and behold, he was in another car movie. Well, it had features cars running scared. Slick, fast-paced, and brutally shocking, this gritty action will jolt your senses like nothing else you've ever experienced. Struggling mob hand Joey Gazelle, Paul Walker, finds his life turned inside out, when a hot weapon he's in charge of concealing goes missing. With two mafia families and a team of crooked cops watching his every move, Joey sets out on a chilling, bloody pursuit, maneuvering his way through a horrific web of creeps and criminals, praying he can retrieve the gun and make it home to his family, alive. Commentary with writer-director Wayne Kramer, behind-the-scenes documentary, storyboards drawn by Wayne Kramer, 122 hours, 2006. Says Roger Ebert, running scared goes so far over the top, I am alive. And makes Kill Bill look like Sesame Street, says Pete Hammond of Maxim. This is a very interesting adaptation of the Grimm's fairy tales. Let's see, what could one notice from here that was included in this movie? One, we have the Pinocchio, who's the little boy, played excellently by Cameron, I forgot his name, who does a dang good job, a dang good performance given the subject matter, who's going out there to try and learn. There's also the Blue Fairy. There's this, pretty much a hooker who believes in the boy, but also admonishes him, trying to discourage bad behavior. And the Mad Hatter, who is portrayed as a pimp, pretty much just causing havoc wherever he goes. And Hansel and Gretel, who used to where Oleg is captured a little bit later, about a little halfway over the movie, and he has to use his witticisms and ways to outsmart the people, because what these two adults possess in their apartment is truly horrendous. I don't even want to say. You just need to see the movie to find out. This is a stylistic neo-noir film that's done in just such a perfect, beautiful way that you pay attention to this. This is not a pretty movie. Could it be fun? Technically, if you want it mainly just for the action, but the subject matter of just, it's like this movie is just structured in such a way with the shading and the darkness used to represent a gritty, true, realistic way of how the mob and being like a low-level mob member, and how if you make a couple wrong moves, your life is technically forfeited. The lengths that one man will go to, Paul Walker, of him protecting his family and just trying to soothe everything over. It's just a web of intricacies where the plot, it's straight enough to follow. It's like they're in a raid where there were some corrupt cops and everything. Manages to survive, and he manages to hide the firearm, but the two kids realize what's going on, and just a whole bunch of preventable stuff ensues. Gets involved with the mob, gets involved with methamphetamine that was being cooked. This movie is just so dang fantastic. Yes, the plot feels very, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but it feels like certain things just happen here and there, but you can forgive it because this movie is just so stylistic and just so great that you're just like, okay, yes, there is the mob, there's the firearm that's being done, and it's like, okay, you can forgive it because this movie is just so dang action-packed and well edited. It's like we get scenes of decent long takes. That's what I like, especially when it's like during the chase scenes. I like the chase scenes in this movie. Yeah, the chase scenes in this movie are pretty good. Like like driving around, trying to evade his pursuers and everything else. It just, I don't know, just Wayne Kramer just does a good job. It's like, hey, this is how you're supposed to have it. If you want a lot of kineticism, yes, have some nice backgrounds going on too, with the stylistic greens, with the blacks. Make this look like a Guy Ritchie movie, like Snatch or whatever it's called. This is just a modern This is like the early, like mid 2000s version of that. It's really freaking great. And just to compound like that, my personal favorite was actually, yeah, the diner, which seems to be like the only realistic place because it's a diner. It's going to have open seating like any Waffle House if you've ever been to one. And two, when they're at this massive hockey rink, everything just becomes soaked in neon as if to represent the shady dealings going on in these dark areas that they call jet ice or something like that. And style is like at the end, it's like we even get a couple of hockey goons that when everything's coming to which the one of the obvious crescendos of um, Walker's character getting his hockey pucks hit in the face, ouch, and it's truly a bloody affair, and of course, it's just absolutely great to see. I mean, it really is a nice climax, but Vera Farmiga, yes, that actress herself from Godzilla King of the Monsters, amongst other ones, of course. Here she gets to see her prowess as she invades what was that? Baba Yaga, I think, is the mythology, or Hansel and Gretel and everything else. Where she invades these perverts' homes and through ingenuity, holding a firearm, it's like she manages to rescue the kids. I'm just looking at this with such the high intensity going on, the drama, and what feels like a surreal children's room, but at the same time, something is very, very off. I like that. It just felt so right to see these perverts get their just desserts. Just adding to this movie's, just adding to the creepy factor that's going on. Just the way how they abscond the children. I can't even say any more than that. Just oof. And just this bizarro apartment. It's not. It feels more like a house than an apartment. I'm just looking at it. It's like this is apartment 308. I'm like, what? Yeah, all the performances here are great. Having Paul Walker actually act with desperation, trying to rescue the gun and trying to protect this Oleg kid as he's trying to just do what he can just to avoid any more fatalities. And the kid who's trying to outsmart those perverts and looking at the prescription bottle and everything else. And given the heavy subject matter, they did really friggin' fantastic. Yeah. Even the father, who loves the John Wayne movies, even though he is truly a scumbag, he does what's to redeem himself towards the end, which I like. Even though, yeah, he was a real jackass, he did redeem himself. It felt just really nice. It's like, yeah, even though he's a jackass, he redeemed himself. I don't want to say any more than that. But yeah, what may turn some people off, the F word is said 330 times in this movie. I'm not kidding. Or any variation thereof. That may be the most, I think, in any movie at the time. I think South Park was close, but this may have the most usage of MFR, S, GD, D, H, and B. Yes, I'm not kidding. This movie is full of profanity that may turn off people and they want a more serious movie with the occasional MF or D or S, but not that much. I'll admit it did take me by surprise, and those maybe there may be some people turned off by a little bit of the old ultraviolence. To quote A Clockwork Orange. I can see that. This movie is not pretty, it's gritty, it's realistic, it's a film noir with the shadows and everything else. So, obviously, some people are not going to be able to, probably wouldn't be able to see this movie's stylistic choicings, I guess would be a phrase. But I could tell it was going as it was like a fairy tale that's set in an adult world that just is, makes you uncomfortable. And just how the plot made, just where just one thing happens here, and there, and we get a truly off the rails resolution in the hockey rink. That's what I think some people may be turned off by that. So yeah, when I watch this again, oh heck yes I would. So yeah. So with all that being said, do I recommend that you, the viewer, watch Running Scared? Oh heck yes.